So good morning, everybody. So anyways, I started doing videos like a year ago or whatever, January. It hasn't even been a year, so 10 months. And I will look at these videos. You can see beautiful. I'm in Brooklyn, Waterfront Park or Riverside Park, whatever it is. Manhattan right behind me. Way better than me. Statue of Liberty way out in the background. You can see it. It's right over there. That's it. And anyway, so I do like these videos, man. I was just on the subway and I was just listing how many videos I've done like in the last few days. And I'm nothing special, I got a God that I listen to. I try to do what I'm supposed to do. I work a lot, I study. And I know I figured out on this trip because I went to Danbury, Connecticut to do that thing with Ian Bick, and then I was here with Camp Gagnon again. And a lot of people are motivated by different things. They have a thing called Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You can look into it. I'm not going to do a whole video on it, but basically it's what motivates people. A lot of people seek attention, belonging, and stuff like that. I want to make sure I don't waste any of my time, and I would like to become a lawyer in this country. And I mean, it's pretty dope, In fact, this right here, New York, is where I came to when I came back from the United States. Lived right over here in Williamsburg. So they got this bigger guy, a heavy-set gentleman that's doing boxing videos on Facebook all the time, and I see a lot of his videos. I love that guy, man. I started this channel because I thought people were being disingenuous or outright lying on Facebook, and just right now on the subway, there's these surfing people, and they didn't believe that I surfed. They didn't believe that I spoke Spanish. They didn't believe that I spoke Russian. And so during the course of this, I start speaking Spanish. I'm showing them pictures that I do surf, and I'm asking them where the best place to surf here in New York is, and it's Rockaway Beach. And sooner or later, people are going to figure out whether or not you're telling the truth. But mostly, this video is about this. I started these videos 10 months ago. I have a looping way of talking sometimes, but I get back to the point. You can do anything that you put your mind to if you can just envision it. And I want to help people with my life because I've been helped so much in my own life. So many people have helped me. It's incredible. And I was looking at how many videos that I've done with like big YouTube personalities. Glenn Beck, Camp Gagnon, Ian Bick, Hector Bravo Unhinged, all these channels. And when initially, people didn't want anything to do with me, man. I'd call these guys up, I would write them, I'd email them. Ed Calderon and I are probably going to do something on Friday. I'm flying out later today. And you start getting traction. So I don't know who you are. I don't know what you're into, but I do know, I do these videos. You guys want to know something about me? I do these videos and I see the lines in my face. I'm not as handsome as I used to be. I'm not as big as I used to be. I used to be like solid, carved out of muscle, man. Yeah, when I was younger. But I do know this, and it's true for myself and for you, maybe, that in 15 years, you're going to look back and you would kiss your ass to look the way that you do today. And that nobody owns you and you can do any single thing that you want, that you put your mind to. If you just make up a mind to just do little baby steps, man. I'm a high school dropout. I speak English, Russian, Spanish. I've been all over the world, and now I've got an education. I'm working towards continuing that education. And if you're looking at this, I was guaranteed to lose from the time I was a kid. Thrown away at birth. My mom got me back. But, I grew up in a violent household. Here we go. Look at that. The whole thing, man. And whoever you are watching this, even if you got out of the service and you don't know what you're going to do with your life now, go pick up a book and get an education or do something to enrich and improve yourself. because there's no limit to what you can do. You know, I'm not rich. I'm not one of these attorneys living up here in the top of South Manhattan. They got that too. And there are such a thing as like that ship has sailed. But there's also a lot to the reality of what you can accomplish with your life today. So this is like a 5-minute video. I'm just going to upload it and post it. You know, your life is ending 1 minute at a time. And so how you are going to spend the rest of your life doing whatever it is, you're deciding that right now in this moment. I either decide that I want to live in LA or San Francisco or Portland or wherever, or New York. And I do that by just sitting there and being complacent or resting on my laurels, not taking active action to do whatever it is to fulfill whatever dreams I might have left. And if you don't have a dreams, man, I feel bad for you. You know, I want to be an attorney in this country because I want to help people. So I started this channel to figure out whether or not people were telling the truth, and I've made a lot of headway in that. I'm getting an audience. I'm working on a book, maybe a movie, I don't know. Even you, if you're watching this, whoever you are watching this, your life is worth a movie. You remember the guy that made that pet rock? Any of you guys remember that? Some guy became a millionaire because he just had the notion to pick up a rock and put it in a box, label it pet rock, and then the guy's a millionaire. And if you think your story is not more interesting than that, you're crazy. I don't know everything, man. I'm not Jason Bourne or John Wick. I'm not anything that's pretend, but I have been around the world. I've lived a lot of places. I speak languages. I have a wife that I love with all my heart. I do try to help people right now, currently, just with what I am. You know, I was feeding people this morning and giving clothing away. And that's not to float my own boat. It's to say that you matter. What you do matters, man. Who you are matters. So I'm going to get off this. I'm going to enjoy a little bit of time. I'm going to go catch a plane. But thank you for tuning in. The Glenn Beck and Johnny Mitchell, that's another one I was on. So let's see, I've got like 5 episodes with Camp Gagnon, 2 episodes with Johnny Mitchell, 1 episode with Glenn Beck, another episode with Hector Bravo, and 1 slated for Friday with Ed Calderon. And these guys are like big YouTube personalities. And if little old me can do it, you can do it too. All you got to do is just start recording something, come up with an idea of what you want to do. And I've got an idea now. I've got my brothers on board. I'm being interviewed. You know, we put our stuff on Facebook anyways. People think the cartel, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there's a lot of danger to that, but you also don't have to live under a rock. And then there's other people that come here to this country that have been kidnapped by the cartel that I got their story. And another guy, a really interesting one, an uncle of a Cuban that lives here that was in the Cuban military that was sent to Angola to go fight. So my story's only going to get me so far. There's only so much mileage I'm going to get out of this beautiful mug like this. Hold up, I love doing this. Chef's kiss. I do that all the time because I'm so happy. My story's only going to go so far. But then there's other interesting, amazing stories around each one of us every single day. So that's kind of what I want to do with my thing too. Aside from becoming a lawyer in this country, even though I have my background, I challenge you guys, and I am working towards it fervently. Full disclosure, I did like shit. I probably got a D+ in one of my classes this last semester because I wasn't doing the best. I've been super busy. So I am real. I argue and fight with my wife just like normal people do. Not all the time. We have a very loving relationship, but I'm a weirdo guy. People think that, you know, you see something on YouTube, a lot of it is bullshit, but not all of it. So, you know, I want you seeing this to realize that you can do whatever you want, including becoming a lawyer, even with a criminal past, or including being a military veteran, getting out and not wanting to be a police officer, but wanting to start your own business. It doesn't have anything to do with security or whatever it is you can envision you can do. That's enough out of me. It's 9 minutes and 39 seconds. I got to go. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to go have some pho. You know, funny thing. Real talk, I wouldn't eat pho for a long time because in Vietnam and the Philippines they eat dog, and so I thought that for a long time they wouldn't, they they're just weird with their food. And I didn't have pho for a long time because of this thing. I thought this way, man. And then I finally had fun. To be honest, I don't like all of their food. I don't like fish sauce, but pho is delicious, and I eat it all the time now because I had the courage and the mindset to just step outside of my bounds. And I hope I can help other people do that too. Break your chains. Nobody owns you. You limit yourselves. We all limit ourselves. So, hey, enough positivity out of me. I got to go get something to eat before I get on my plane. Chef's kiss. I hope you have a wonderful day. Ta-ta.